Ja, synopsis. I'm finally back. This is episode or part 19 of the cloud, or the any percent cloud only, pretty much. But sometimes the other party members are out for various reasons. And of course, no encounters, but that also means that there are encounters because we need to take encounters and stuff like that. And this is where we left off, level 24. And stuff that our HP is not super high at this point. Normally, right? Normally, if you're doing like an all solo challenge, you want to quote unquote get as many, what is it, HP pluses as possible. But HP pluses are fairly expensive, and there are going to be some expensive weapons that are going to be really, really useful for us to get our hands on. Now, the question is, right, is when do we decide to go and get. We unequipped everything, by the way. Yes, we have. So we have the same right now. Right. Yeah, we have Dragon Armlet. We have Arrow Armlet there. We have Ribbon of course, obviously. And then use the default equipment on everyone else and stuff that. That's how it is going to be for the most part. What level is Sid right now? Okay, Sid is 20. Which is not that great. Because keep in mind, right, that the thing that's going to be really annoying for Sid is that once we get to the part of when we need to do the train, right, the thing is that at that point is when we quote unquote want to recruit Vincent and Yuffie. But then if our party members aren't high enough level at that point, then quote unquote then right, what do you call it, lost number will be pretty annoying to deal with. Now, Yuffie will of course be easier to recruit, so we will quote unquote of course recruit her first and stuff like that. So that's how I was trying to think, like, okay, like when do you actually recruit Yuffie and stuff like that, yeah. We'll see, of course, so let's go with HP Plus first here. Did we not even get an HP Plus? No, we haven't actually got an HP Plus. And I forgot so much stuff. Right, and yeah, so Magic Plus, long range. I mean, restore on all isn't gonna matter like you used to be regular restore, because you only have one restore, because there's no point in having two of certain materials and stuff like that. We are allowing enemy skills, right? Yes, we are. Both of them has Aqualung at this point. We could at this point also get a lot more of the enemy skills if we want to. Stuff that on this enemy skill we could, for example, get several ones that we're missing now. But we will see how we do, how we plan out on doing things here. So, I won't clear out, I won't bound at least. It's a great fits there. Don't have steel, of course, obviously. Comet. I mean, because this battle should be easy no matter what, right? This battle. Stuff that I feel like, you know. We use distract time and right, we used time distract barrier, right? Because something like that, maybe? I think that's gonna be good, right? Yeah. I don't think we're gonna need to cast like Aqualung or Flying or anything like that on this. Right, do we have a tent? We do not have tent, we only have one elixir left as well, so... The Wappa Halberd is sellable, by the way, so keep that in mind. So wait, what do we have magic to cast? On the 1000, we will probably need to... Oh, my tranquilizer stone, we will probably need to rest in there. Yeah. we are gonna rest inside of Fort Condor. Because it's a free rest and stuff that. We might actually get some more tranquilizers as well, probably. Because keep in mind that even though we will be allowed to use SID during that train section and like TIF at another point, for example, they will still only be allowed like their default equipment and stuff that, which will make things considerably harder. The fact that they can only use their default equipment and stuff that. So actually, I do really want to save here now. So that's, for example, that the Forgotten Capital save there is, of course, the end of this one save and stuff that. So I can't remember that. So and of course, we want to make sure that certain of these characters gain high levels, so that is why we don't want to be using Sid also. Sid can get as much XP as possible because he won't be dead, of course, and stuff that he will still be alive and stuff like that. Because I know that in the northern plains there we will be getting a lot of stuff and stuff that's So we can of course sell the Viper Halberd and stuff that should be some cash at least. This is just a regular item shop, yes. Let's get maximum. Let's get maximum tranquilizers. I don't get more Phoenix down right now, at least. So Nail Bat only sells for 1400. Yosik is not worth selling. Viper Halberd is worth selling though. Anything else? I bet besides this one worth one. Do we get more Phoenix Downs? There is the question at this point. Do we get a tent? Because there are some important things, because how much is organics? I should have actually searched that up before I began the recording and stuff like how much is organics and stuff that, because of course I could use unequip more same, for example, and just sell it in worst case scenario and stuff that, but we're also going to be able to technically grind for a certain thing, so I don't want to spoil. Do we have active, by the way? Do we have wait? Yeah, we do have active. We do have everything set on high still. There are of course situations when we need to slap on weight and stuff that, because So there should be a battle now. Now technically you would want to take this battle because of the fact that this is the battle that now gives 3 elixir, and then the next battle that you can get is also 3 elixirs and stuff that, but we're still just going to be doing it the quote-unquote the other way and stuff that, so So you see how things go. I did yeah, let's just walk carefully here instead with the D-pad. Yeah, there is room there, but you have to go like there. Okay, ready? The barbarians are mixed, yeah, blah blah blah, 20 attack, blah blah, yeah, I know. Then 3 times speed, so we can get invaded again and stuff like that, because But as I said, the trick to do it, by the way, the thing that we can win very quickly, you have to somehow block the spawn zones or whatever, right, and stuff that, Sometimes it is easier to do like depending on certain things. I don't know if it is that you have to set like the battle speed to slowest or whatever, right? And do things that way, Yeah. But keep in mind, I will need to pause or just go into the menu or whatever whenever I need to take a drink and stuff that. Yeah. But this enemy should still be the same now. I don't think that it ever changes and stuff that. Yeah. My God, they're attacking. We're counting on you. But I would want to kill off the party members here, but let's see. Is one combat enough here? Yes, it is. This is actually doing pretty decent damage because I should have pretty decent magic stat at this point. Ebberger's Claw. Yeah, because if you see like that, for example, like of course still though, even though that's minus 5 HP, it's only 1 plus magic and stuff that, like regular magic material is the one that really gives you a lot of magic and stuff that, like for example, combat gives magic plus 2, for example. So there's quite a bit of magic we have gotten from those things. We are at some from magic attack, but for example, if we were equipped Wizard Bracelet, we get a lot more, and it has high magic defense and of course a lot of slots to Wizard Bracelet. So. Yeah, this might not be with the setup we want to be having, of course. Obviously, once we, once I decide what we're gonna go for, but yeah. Så gjorde jag att jag hamnade Steel, restore steel, long range, like blast, magic blast, range, we go with Shock Delirious for 1 extra luck, go with Death Blow for 1 extra luck. We want Manipulate already. I don't remember if we need Manipulate at this point. I mean, we can get a free rest over there anyway. I'm very certain we can still get a free rest there if we go to that place. Actually, let's actually rest here. We should be back row actually. We should make sure that we're back row here for this boss. Some things we want to get. There are some things that we want to go and get now. Of course, obviously, hopefully I can remember where the encounter is. Although I don't know if it's already available or if you have to have the high one before it shows up. And stuff like that. I think I know which beach it's on. Now I remember which beach it's on, because otherwise it's going to be pretty bad if I don't remember which beach it's on. Because yeah. And then there's another thing I want to be stealing as well. Of course, if we see something, we just like run away and stuff there, because you don't actually need to defeat enemies you steal from. You need to, of course, to defeat enemies to keep an enemy skill and stuff like that. And we need to be powerful enough, of course, so we can get the magic breath. But That's also do deal with Aqualung. If you watch that episode where we got Aqualung, where we fought alive. When we got Aqualung, for example, we were immune to water damage, and we still got Aqualung and stuff like that, which is pretty rough, pretty huge and stuff that. But yeah. And because that was a big deal, of course. So right, so I mean, you definitely want to be getting that way. Yeah, because we can get out on this way. That's correct. So we can get to go that like that. But can't you? Oh no, you can't. I've forgotten so much, man. I think is it south of Cosmic Canyon? Or is it south of Gongaga? I'll let you go. That is the question. We do have boltering already, right? Yeah, we did get everything right. We did get the gold armor from there as well. We used that. Right, because that is that. So actually we are gonna need a buggy, I think, to reach that beach specifically. But we could technically go here. I think this beach should work. This beach might work. Close, yeah, he's pretty close on leveling up, but for example, he's only ever gonna have gold armor, for example. Like, you're only gonna be allowed to have them with like the default equipment and stuff like that. Oops. So there we go. Of encounters, and let's see if this is where the encounter is. Because otherwise I should have checked it up, because this is really good if you get. Because, yeah, I mean, technically you might say, oh, use cast Aqualung LOL, but, no, that is not it. That is definitely not the enemy, but let's see what this enemy has. So this is the Crown Lance, and he has nothing to steal, okay? Bye-bye. Okay, that's not the enemy. Mere enemy. Okay, so it could be this beach here. Maybe. It might be that this is not until disc 2 though. Stuff that, you might say, oh, you should do more than just one encounter, which is normally like correct, and stuff that, like, yes, do more than 2 encounters. Stuff that, But we are gonna have to skip out on getting an Alexander by the way, because we can also get back Alexander later. Okay, so that's just more of the counts. Okay, so let's just increase speed here. Yeah, that's bugged out. Oh, imagine if there were a glitch here, like, so you could like just get there and stuff that, like, oh, there was a glitch to get up there or whatever, boink. Because if you can use turn off encounters, then like that forest is pretty good. So this, yeah, because there's no beach here technically, so this would be where the beach would be. Yeah. Oops. I don't think it's just south of Gongong. I don't think that is the correct beach. I should have paid attention to that video I was watching. Because there was a person that did it, that grinded from the specific enemies. Not that one. And that's like big guard and stuff that, or whatever else the spell was, but yeah. So, Smoke. It is a bit annoying because that have moved the encounter table doing that. Did we save? Where was the last time we saved? Where was the last time we saved? The Cosmo area, so we can use this, we can use this, boom. So we don't waste here, so we don't waste it. Yeah. We don't want to waste encounters because of the encounter, what do you call it, the number. So that's, yeah. And eventually, of course, we're going to need to go to Nibelheim to fight those numbers and stuff like that because yeah. But we want to recruit them once we have the thing. But yeah. And now we are able to go and actually continue on and stuff like that. Yeah. Now Schizo could get interesting, right? Because we have boltering, correct? We have boltering when we are firing. We have both boltering and firing. Also watering. Let's fire bolt, water. Yeah, let's fire cold lighting. Fire, but we don't have cold. We don't have anything that's cold actually. Technically, we have aurora armlet and we have bolt armlet, of course. And we're gonna be getting fire armlet as well. Yeah. But there is also, for example, because the things that you miss on the things that you miss place after the snowboarding section, the things that you miss there you can actually get later on and stuff that, you know, keep that in mind. It's very important. Yeah. I know that's just the setup we have now and stuff that, because yeah. Technically, I believe now, technically already the trigger should be active if you want to get like stuff like bunt line, and you know, bunt line can be gotten now, mop can be gotten as well and stuff that, but yeah. And it looks like this has been underwater before because you see corals there actually and stuff that. It's actually fairly interesting, you know. Right, and yeah, and my analog sticks has gotten sticky because I haven't used this controller in a while because I managed to destroy my purple controller. Which is really weird because the amount of times that I bashed that controller against this chair has been quite a lot. But then because of the way I bashed it, with specifically on the side of the analog stick against the chair in a certain specific way, that made it so that the stick basically, because that or the sensitive parts, you have to make sure that if you're gonna smash the controller, you smash it a specific way, with only like the top part and like the grips down here, that you smash that. If you get mad and you don't smash with the like analog sticks, you know, and stuff that, you know. We've already picked up all the stuff here and stuff that, you know, which is good that we actually did in that one video and stuff that, where we picked up everything and stuff that, but yeah. Yeah, we also are gonna need to equip like all of the enemy skills that we currently have in order to like be able to get like magic breath and stuff like that, but yeah. So we'll go left here and we go right. The coral valley cave. Go up. And to the left. And head up. But we didn't go into this cave and got this here, the puzzles. we can use immediately because it's a solo challenge, you should always use the sources and use the main character and stuff. That's yes. I believe technically we want to save out here. We save out here in the snowfields or icicle area rather. And now we go inside the cave, and this is where we should be able to get it. I think it doesn't matter where in the cave we get encountered, I think. Oh, that's the wrong enemy. We're just gonna run if it's the wrong enemy, by the way. There he is. Hello, Acrofees. Hello, Acrofees. Så steal. We didn't steal it. We didn't steal it. You haven't decided how many of the steal we're gonna go for here. Couldn't steal it. Because we do have two so we can use the it's the 7. Couldn't steal anything. I forgot exactly what level he is. Maybe I should have popped on sense actually to see. Because actually reducing their health, I believe, does not actually improve your stealing at all. So I feel like it kind of does in like Final Fantasy IX, but that might not be true either and stuff that, you know. But sometimes when it definitely feels like, okay, like, you know, because steals can of course crit. In most of the Final Fantasy games you can get like a critical steal. And then for example that is why you can sometimes see a very rare steal just be gotten on the very first try, because in Final Fantasy IX, for example, the items that they show up, for example, the item that shows up first, I believe, is the most common one, or whatever it is, when like you use like the text that's done. Because they show up in a certain order on what is the rarest, or what is the most common, or whatever, right? Or if it's in the reverse order, you know. I'm actually going to kill Barret here, actually. We do have 43 high potions also, which is very important that we have that amount. There we go, there it is. There it is, dude. And I think that will do it for now. I think that will just about do it because, so yes, so as you saw, that is a water ring. And water ring sells for quite a lot, and I think that should be enough to get us organics. I think that should be enough for organics. I'm very certain that's enough for organics, actually. But yeah, and I believe that cave has the highest chance of having that specific enemy and stuff that, so yeah. Oops. I need to remember to leave the encounter off there. Going on the snowy fields, no music. Man, the music really loves bugging out. It's happening way more often now, I don't know why. Is it just, you know... so let's go in here. I'm glad you came, and this is where the black materia is hidden upstairs somewhere, because it's like a hidden object on this very screen or whatever, right? Or in this chest or whatever it is. Because you can see it if you move layers, if you're playing the PC version, you get certain things. Organics is only 12,000 now, that's actually really cheap, actually. You can get high potions there as well, so we can get just organics right now. Boom. But we're still gonna sell the one extra water ring here, as you can see. So water ring sell for 5,000, so that is actually pretty good money. Now there's no reason to keep more same, by the way. We'll have the organics. do we switch already here to the... Because we need one thing that rains here eventually, but not right now. I don't think we do. But so we have 18,000 now because of that. But let's see how much does Murasim sell for. Murasim sells for 3,250. That's pretty decent. Yeah, Nailbot sells for way too little. Same thing with Yoshiyuki. So they're not worth selling, or you want to keep them basically because we could get more high potions here. So, there you can see how big this will be here if you actually get the weapons here, for example. Stuff like that they are like really, really big at this point. So yeah. And that's just a turbo ether. Use that turbo ether, that is very, very useful still. Actually, I forgot when they show up, the Turks or whatever, right? Because I believe the thing that triggers is not getting the map. I don't hope, because I want to make sure that we save before, you know. And then we get the hero drink and the vaccine of course just inoculates you pretty much, so protects against, or actually it's against transformations specifically. It's not against all statuses, but yeah. What nerve! You already tore down the map! And that's where the snowboard guy is, and this is the inn. And we actually wanna... How expensive is the inn at this point? This is the best hotel ever here, like the insides here, and yes, you can get an exposure there. Because it's nice how it's cut out like that so you can see in, because obviously that roof is going all the way down normally and stuff like that, because you can see how it basically used to cut out and stuff like that, you know. It's pretty interesting. So how many... we have 3 exposures, so that's good. Yeah, I heard there's a snowboarder at Great Glacier that hits hot springs. That's how you found out about that, basically. And then they talk about hot spring there and stuff like that, you know. Also about the whole freezing to death. Jag said I lived in this city a long time ago. The guy is getting completely fucking off naked. He's like, taking the biggest dump ever. And I think that's actually supposed to say STR, so strength. Whatever, right? And then it almost, man, it looks like a sword, you know, whatever, you know, yeah. You ask him? Hurry. now we just take this. Blah blah blah. Right, then you actually need to. Oh, right, because you need to actually talk to that guy. That's what triggers it. Yeah, you need to select the other option there in order for them to appear. I'm gonna punch you in the face. And then you can select being punched here, or if you want to. Så that's how Senra got down. There. And now the town is occupied. I forgot, can you pause in the snowboarding section or not? Yeah, I'm just gonna check first if I can pause here. Yeah, I can pause, that's good. So I can drink some more water. Because yeah, so from the shop place, which is basically like an Asian like express food thing, whatever, you know. I don't know if it's right to call it express food or whatever, but yeah, but I had like orange chicken for the first time and it was really good, and I had basically like a fried rice, like base and stuff like that, and then some orange chicken with that, you know. And stuff like that. But there was so much orange chicken, so when I had it with fried rice, I didn't take all of the orange chicken, I didn't eat all of it. So then basically we had one because there are other people eating here as well, and there was some like noodles left, and I was able to take some of the noodles, basically chicken noodles, like noodles in like teriyaki or whatever it is in, or soya or whatever, right, you know, and stuff like that. And I was able to take that with, and it's chicken in it, and I was able to take that alongside the rest of the like the orange chicken and stuff like that. It was pretty good. But it's pretty sugary. The orange chicken is actually very, very sugary and stuff like that. So yeah, you know. So you just get extra thirsty because of the sugar and stuff like that. Oh, but that means you have diabetes now. Not necessarily with that. And is it L1 and R1 that you hold down? I think it is. It's such a long time since I've done the snowboarding now. Because the snowboarding is still ass. Yeah, there was a time that I had actually spent like getting decent at snowboard, I would say, but it's still, you know, like it's still very annoying. And the reason why I want the balloons is the people that say, oh, the balloons doesn't matter. Like, I believe the things that matters is the time you get, every time you spend here, snowboarding matters, and the what do you call it, because there are a few things that matters when it comes to like the next area and stuff. That there are a few things that matters. I'm not gonna like focus here or whatever, right? Because I want to talk about some things that are upcoming here and stuff. That's yeah. Normally this shouldn't be that like difficult or whatever. You just go into like these sections and stuff like that. Because normally you shouldn't have to brake here, but It's just that with the analog stick, it's like super easy to like overshoot or whatever, right? One here, we definitely want to jump here. Oops. They jump way too early here. And the different balloons give you a different amount and stuff that normally there is supposed to be a way to take that. And I don't know if it's just the speed that you jump at. Because each balloon, I believe, adds a certain amount of time to like you keep yourself hot with that for whatever reason. You know, I don't know exactly how it works. Yeah. And we need to go twice, if I remember correctly here. You want to go twice, and sometimes you save time by braking sometimes, actually, and stuff that's, yeah. Because the thing is, we want to actually make sure that we collapse. By the way, like normally, like sure you don't need to quote unquote make sure that you collapse and stuff that, but yeah, oh, yeah, damn, I really wanted to get that blue there. I don't know if it's behind everyone there. No, it's not. You should actually not use the other quote unquote turning. That's only for very, very specific turns when you're supposed to use that. Those special turning things. So I hope this was the correct path. I hope I'm doing it right. Because if we're doing it right, then we should be able to head to the left. Because it's basically like in a small like igloo-like place. That's where it's supposed to be. This does not look like how it did for the person in the video. So we might have gone wrong. But it's hard to tell as well. No, this is the correct place because it's these really super annoying things here. Yeah, these are the super annoying things here. And it is better to brake here or try to be like this. And brake there, brake here, and then you just go. Swoosh. Okay. And I believe it's used to the left here that you go now. And there should be the forest area. Yeah, which I think is there. Right there, so that's why you have to go to the left, right, yeah. Right, but there is some hot spring here. Doesn't this also count as a hot spring that you can use touch? Nope, this is where the tree is. Okay. Right, and this is here. Hopefully we do it right here, because I need to make sure that we don't do any inputs. Yes, this is where it should be here. Just give here. You go and pick this up. And then you can move. Press X once and then just move. Press X just once and then just move. And you used to repeat it. You used to repeat it basically until we fall, basically, or until we collapse, basically. So yeah. Because keep in mind that if you would press more than just once, then this disappears forever. Stuff that. And also this sticks even like later on, even when you have done like the Northern Crater. and the barrier is there and stuff that, it is still, stuff that, because you can still actually snowboard at that point. I believe it's during disc 3 that's when they stop you. But I believe you can actually still enter the area with a chocobo action and stuff that if you have a certain type of chocobo or whatever, you can actually get to where the glacier entrance is or where the entrance to the area is. But then it could of course be extra hard to reach certain things. But yeah. Let's see how many do we have here. I forgot if time in menus matter here and stuff that, so we have 12 so far. That might have been a mistake, spend time in the menu there. Stuff that's, yeah. We should just be holding up because then we will enter use the cave immediately, because you can already move when you're actually in certain transition schemes, so that way you can make it just look like we're in the cave always and stuff that. I mean, because I think there is no way right to reach the point where we can reach the hot spring, right? That if we collapse, we try to go for the thing later on and stuff that, because we need to do it from the snowboarding section and stuff that. And I believe normally you just go right twice, basically, to reach the best possible spot where you quickest go get to the place. Maybe this just works as a protection, this place, and stuff that maybe you don't actually get colder when you're in this cave. Maybe we should be counting how many we have, Because obviously it maxes out at 99, right? You cannot get more than 99. My fight, Manu. So how many did we get? We got 29 elixirs. That's right, 29 elixirs. And keep in mind that even when you return here later on, you can still quote-unquote collapse and stuff that, even when you used, So about 29 elixirs, that's pretty decent. I think we might need to already. But because I think that even if you have the damage, you don't survive magic breath. So we want to have an absorption. So the question is, do we go for our wall armor, right? Because cold is one of the things. I forgot if it does, or if it does both cold and fire and stuff like that. Because yeah, because then we do this. We do enemy skill, and enemy skill. So we can get it on all three. Yeah, and you won't be able to use Q8 on the boss either and stuff like that because of certain things. But yeah, that should be the setup. Our armor should be good enough. I don't want to risk. So where do we take the fight is the question. It's going to be a question actually when we decide to take the fight. That's why I haven't gotten any more XP there. So yeah, there are of course some like difficult encounters and stuff like that. Now, hopefully, I do think that even though we were at disc 2, please. Because basically, if you go south from here, you can go directly, for example, like south, east, and you can end up in a place that puts you pretty close to where the place is where you need to go, basically, and stuff like that. But yeah, because you can go and get Alexander, of course, and stuff like that. But yeah. Rather than the select doesn't help here. The button you press, the middle pad or whatever it is. It's not at the highest it goes. I don't think it ever actually gets to 39 and stuff like that, but yeah. Do. And it was just so cool how they made this and stuff that, with how they made the background look pretty realistic. It almost looks like they took like a photo or something like that, almost. It doesn't look realistic at all, look at Claude. I didn't mean it that way, you stupid. Pero, guy, you stupid Pero. Bork. Go inside the hole. But this is where that is blocked, yes. And we go through here. That's another ribbon. You can kind of see the clue is kind of like how this is formed, like how you see that this goes up, like here, goes up against the wall, which is how you can tell that there's an opening right here, basically. That this looks like a doorway, like this is obviously like a wall thing here, like this looks like almost like a pillar that's holding something up, or like an entrance way, or like, you know what I mean, right? Like you are able to tell that the people said say that, how are people supposed to know that? No, there are things that you can notice if you're actually not completely dumb. There's Javelin, of course. Let's get hit by it. Yeah, that's pretty fun that you can actually do that. And you take absolutely no damage from it. For whatever weird reason, like all these tanks. Fucking rock. You still have the cool armor, right? Yeah. Which should drain cool attacks. Absorbs cold rather. Alright, it's right here. Let me check, because this is, this. I forgot exactly where it is that you want to grind for it. Because I don't think you can get it in a certain later section. So I think we need to actually be here when we get encounter here. Get it on the first try, man. But let's just hit him with big shot for now. So we got big guard there. Let's water breath in. That's the wrong button. Alright, it's double dose that you need to hit. My bad. Yeah, I didn't mean to hit the fill the limit break bar button. Well, that works out, they're dead. Instead of that, 3 dose, yeah. So that should be, yeah, that's magic breath on everyone. Yeah, it's magic breath on all of them. Good. So see, I call on magic breath. Good. Good. I still haven't decided if we want to have the dragon omelet for the fight, by the way, once we get there, so yeah. Yeah, that's good at least. So even the newer one has the thing to start. So yeah, so economic path, yeah. It's upright that you want to actually go here. Because you can still advance from going up here. Yeah. Alright, because if you climb back down there, you stand up being back down there. See? It's absolutely nice. Alright, and we have the save there. And that's an elixir as well. There's no hidden stuff there. Let's stay here for now. We're of course going to continue in some because this has been part 19, so we're going to do at least 2 parts today because I want to get to a certain specific spot before we stop. Now these encounters are going to be a bit tricky here, though. You might actually even need to equip something special. We will see here how we will do it equipment-wise. Because that is the fire omelet. That's where the fire omelet is here. Right, then the bolt omelet is the only one that is better in the magic defense there. piece of the cost bracelet to seem better. So yeah. Now there is also a strategy that avoids using whistle bracelet here where we see should we use it.